me just get my notes. Just bear with me. Hello, so welcome to my first video, like sit down video in front of my proper camera. I'm not sure if this is like the right angle. Should I sit slightly back? Should I have more headroom, leg room? I don't know. If you can see the room I'm in right now, it's a total building site, by the way. Basically, today I'm going to do, and I've been looking at myself the whole time. Basically, hello, nice to see you. Today I'm going to do a video on how to prepare for an audition, whether that's your first ever audition for like a school play or drama school, or just like an audition for a TV show, like whatever stage you're at. These are the basics that you should follow. But on me, I studied acting for like 4 years and I've done it all my life, so I know a thing or two about auditions, unfortunately. I also know how terrifying they can be. One of the things that makes me most anxious, other than being like a complete flop, is not being prepared enough for an audition. Like, number one rule is be prepared. So today I'm going to share with you how I would prepare for an audition, essentially. Prepare to fail, fail to prepare. Is that the saying? I don't know. Anyway, the first piece of advice I would have for you is to pick the right piece. It's a great idea to have like a whole repertoire ready, you know, have your Shakespeare, have your comedy, have your contemporary, have all these ones just ready to go, ready and raring for an audition. Of course, that is a great idea and please do that. You know, if you're an actor, you should do that. You will occasionally get an audition where like nothing in your repertoire fits and you have to go searching, or maybe you're just getting started and you don't have 100 pieces ready to go. Okay, anyone who has 100 pieces ready to go, please contact me, tell me how you did it and let's chat. You just might not have a piece ready to go for it, which is totally fair enough. A point on like picking the right piece is like listen to the brief, pay attention and stick to it. Unless you are really, you know, if you're really edgy and you can do your own thing and you can get away with that, fine. But if you're just like a good straight actor who just does their thing, do your thing, listen to the brief, what they ask for, give them what they ask for. Ways to find plays: you can do a lot of online search, get into your local library, look at the plays they've got in there. You might find something that might not pop up online. Research plays that have characters your age, read plays, look out for killer monologues. If you're reading through a play, like even if it's not for you, even if it's for a friend, like let them know. Look out for these great pieces that you think that would be brilliant for this, or that would just be brilliant to just have in the bank for when I do have an audition and I need to show that side of me. Another way to find out about pieces is going to the theatre, going and seeing musicals, plays, operas, getting out there. You always need to try and get legitimate monologues from published plays. You should always also try and read the play. You should read the entire play and, you know, do a full character breakdown. The bits you don't know, you can imagine, but if you have the whole actual story, because if you think about it this way, if you take a monologue, like not a well-known one, but well-known maybe in the field, and you haven't read the rest of the story, you might see it completely differently to someone who has, which is, in one ways you might think, oh, that's good because I'm seeing a different side of it, but they know the story and they're like, well, he wouldn't do that. Well, you know, he's totally he's got the character all wrong, and they're going to think that you can't read characters well or something. I don't know. Unless it states otherwise, always try and stick to your playing range. So like for me, I'd say like I'm 16 to 25. Probably gonna have to change that soon, but I wouldn't pick a piece that's by like a 50-year-old woman as an example. It wouldn't make sense to me. It wouldn't be me showing who I can play realistically, unless it's like a comedy or like a pantomime where I could put on a wig and it would be funny. But like a serious play, it's gonna kind of ruin it if I'm playing a 50-year-old. Also, if you're just starting out, make sure you choose a piece that you're comfortable with and also have a good understanding of. If you've never looked at a Shakespeare play before, I wouldn't dive straight in there unless you absolutely have to and pick a Shakespeare piece, because that takes some understanding. Like, I've studied it at college and still now I'm like, what's he saying? What does he mean? Choose a play that you understand, you like maybe can relate to, you feel really comfortable performing. Try not to do pieces that are overdone. It's hard, especially when you're starting out. I understand, like, you might not even know what's overdone. As an example, in like musical theatre terms, if you're doing a singing audition and you were to choose I Dreamed a Dream from Les Miserables, that's overdone. I love it, and I still do it at auditions. Like when it's a choice, like when you get choices of like 5 audition songs and I Dreamed a Dream is on there, I'll do it because I'm like, well, they want to hear it, so it's fine. But any other time, I would never choose that as an audition song because everybody does it. And actually the time that I chose to do it at that audition, they asked us to pick 2 songs from this list of 5. One of them was I Dreamed a Dream. The other song I picked was Part of Your World, and they asked to just sing a Part of Your World. They're asking everyone to just sing one of their 2 because I knew that everybody else had picked I Dreamed a Dream. I'm like, oh, no one else has sung Part of Your World. Do Part of Your World. And I'm like, okay, I will. In terms of like a monologue, like I'm trying to think of a well-known monologue, like a Shakespeare one, like Romeo, whatever, you know, that's pretty well known. So yeah, just if you can, don't do it. And if you need a bit of advice on that, I'm sure there's a lot of forums and stuff like that that you could ask. Or just comment below, I don't know. Next piece of advice I would have about kind of choosing the piece of material would be pick a piece that you love, that you want to get stuck into it, you are excited to perform it, you feel really strongly about the piece, like even maybe not excited, like maybe it's a really sad piece that you relate to and you think it's a really important message to convey, maybe not in an audition, but if you're auditioning for a play and it's got a similar message and you feel very strongly about it, and yeah, like, or if you're just like uploading monologues onto Facebook or like YouTube, be excited about it, feel strongly about it, feel passionately about what you're doing. Acting is fun, but acting is also really, really difficult at times. Like, you're conveying some really difficult stories. I just finished watching 3 Girls on BBC, which was so powerful. If you haven't seen it, watch it. I remember watching it with my boyfriend and he was like, oh, this is really uncomfortable, like I don't like watching. I'm like, nobody likes to watch someone be raped, and if they do, they're fucking sick in the head. But what we do need to do is watch it, because we need to know what's happened here. Something awful has happened here, and this girl's story deserves, well, these girls' stories deserve to be heard. That's the kind of piece that you want to do. You want to do something, like if it's a serious piece, I mean, comedy pieces can be powerful, whatever it is. If you're ever doubt why you're doing acting, go out there and get yourself a powerful piece of writing and think about portraying that story. Anyway, I'm rambling on. Let me get back to the point. Once you've picked your piece and you're really happy with it, next one is analysis. So you've got to build up your character, basically. You've got to know their story, who they are, where they come from, what they're doing here, what's the purpose of this monologue, the who's, the what's, the why's, the where's of every line. Like, what does this line mean? Okay, it's just 2 words, but what does it, like, what does this part of the monologue, what does it mean? So that whole section I just call the breakdown, because you're literally just pulling the whole thing apart, bit by bit by bit, and you can find a meaning in everything. You can sit and say, oh, but she just said it, like, that she's just saying it because that's what she's... Oh, 1 second, my cat's meowing, he's at the door, 1 second. Basically this part, you totally pick everything apart, and if you'd like me to go into more detail about how to do that process, because it's definitely a process that I would say I part did myself, but part learned some really valuable information from other people as well. So if you'd like me to go into more detail on that, just put it in the comments and I'll make a video on that as well. Once you've done your analysis and you kind of know who this character is, what they're about, you start practicing. Practice, practice, practice. It is so important. So you can start blocking it. Basically, I normally memorize the piece first before I start getting up and blocking it, purely because I find it a lot easier to do when I don't have a book in my hand, when I'm not kind of reading. I don't feel free, I don't feel like I'm concentrating on what I'm doing. Get the lines in my head, that's me, I'm good to go. In terms of memorizing, I know that when I first went to college, that was something I found quite difficult. I normally record it on, like, in 2 or 3 different ways on my iPhone, just on like the voice memo section. When I'm on the tube, when I'm going to sleep at night, I'll just like play it and I'll listen to the different ways. The reason I do it in 2 or 3 different ways is because if you listen to it at the same time every day, like all the time, same intonation, your voice goes up and down at the same point, or you exaggerate the same bits, then you get stuck in that cycle of always singing, and it doesn't come just like a recital rather than a performance. That's why I do it that way. So 1, I'm learning it. 2, it's not getting boring for me to listen to my voice over and over and over again. And 3, it means you're not stuck when it comes to blocking it in just saying it in the exact same way every time. You alright, mate? You good? Careful up there. So once you have it in your head, get up. Get yourself in front of a mirror. If like that's like one of the best performances I ever did was when I constantly just did my practicing in front of a mirror. Oh my god. I think he tried to jump up higher than he was able to. Oh, got such a fright. Get up and do it, but do it out loud. I'm so bad for just sitting and doing it in my head and like quietly, like there'll be no one in the room and I'll just be quietly doing it to myself, and then I don't know what to do. Say it out loud. Say it out loud. It will sound so different. Like honestly, if you never say it out loud when you're practicing and then you get into the audition room and do it, it will completely throw you. Honestly, trust me on that, please. This is another thing, so kind of decide what your feel is about it, and then constantly be changing things. Change the tempo, try different hand gestures, try different sitting up, sitting down, sitting up, standing up, sitting down, lying down. Like try so many different things and you'll just get more and more ideas, and they'll come to you and they'll come to you. Don't settle for the first way you do it and think, oh yeah, that felt good, but I'll just do that again. try something different and keep trying, and then you'll get into a flow and you'll add little bits in that won't necessarily have been there before. So also, if you are at school and like me, you don't have a drama department, I mean, I'm not in school anymore, but I didn't have a drama department at school, and you want some help with the audition process, like perhaps you're auditioning for drama school or your local drama club. In terms of people at school who can help you, I will suggest English teachers. English teachers at my school were always trying to put on plays and stuff, and that was something they were really interested in. And so I think because they've got an interest in literature, they're also quite interested in plays and even maybe the acting side. So if you have a monologue that you want to show to someone before you go to audition, but you don't want to do it to your friends or your... What, are you stuck, are you? Right, I'm gonna need to wrap this up because he wants outside for sure. There must be someone in your school that would help you, maybe music teachers as well. If not, if you have trusted friends or family members, then just do it for them. It will help your confidence loads if you manage to do it in front of other people. And then just practice, like practice makes perfect. They don't say that for shits and giggles, they say it because it's true. Once you've figured out how you would like to play it, practice. Keep the energy up, keep it fresh every single time. Always make the words sound like they're the first time you're saying them. Don't let them get tired. And then be prepared for change, because most auditions are absolutely fine. They will be totally chilled. You will go in, do your piece, and they'll be like, that was great, thank you so much for coming in. Maybe have a little chat about who you are, what you do, what you're there for, like the part obviously, and they're fine. These monster directors aren't really out there anymore. I saw a post on Facebook of my friend yesterday saying she had the worst casting ever, and honestly that's the like first time I've seen a social media post from any of my friends complaining about that, and it's the first time I've had a conversation about someone saying that a casting director was a dick. It's not the horrible industry in that way. I think it used to be, but it definitely isn't anymore. But sometimes, you know, if you're with a really contemporary group who like to really mix things up, they might try and test you. Like, just anyone at any point could test you. They can say, do that again, but do it faster. Do that again, but do it slower. What's your real accent? Can you do it in your original accent? I've had all of these, and then I've had weird ones like, do it again like you're a mouse, and you're like, right. And at that point I'm like, yeah, I don't want to work for you. No, I'm only kidding. Please work with me. They can do this for like a multitude of reasons. A lot of the time it's just to see if you can take direction, and just to make sure that you're not just like set in doing it one way, like you've got some creativity in you as well. You don't get too set in your ways, and embrace any direction that's given to you and take it on and flourish and just show them what you're capable of. If you follow these steps, I think you will basically be onto a winner. The whole audition chat is down to you. You ultimately need to be yourself. If you'd like more tips on techniques or exercises or any other specific aspect of, I guess, acting, just let me know in the comments below. Otherwise I don't know what you want. Oh, I had one more point. If you are auditioning for a specific part, you can hint towards it. I mean, you don't have to go all out. Some people do, and that's fine. For example, you know, if you're auditioning for a part of a flamenco dancer, you don't have to turn up in like the full shebang outfit, but you can maybe put like a cute little Spanish flower in your hair, get a spray tan, I don't know, like you can hint at it, but you don't have to go all out, because you know they've got an imagination. Some auditions, they like come in dressed wearing all in like your blank canvas, blah blah blah. Some of them need a bit more help to see you as that part. If you're my age, 23, auditioning for a part of a 16-year-old, do your makeup so that you look young. Maybe put your hair in like pigtails or something that makes you look younger, and vice versa if you're doing something for an older character. Help their creative minds go to where it needs to be. It's not all about the visual, but it can be, so just that is important too. Ultimately, the ultimate point is always be yourself. I think a lot of people get lost in this industry trying to just people please, and that's fine, but if you can, just be yourself. What they're doing is they're testing your acting skills, and then they want you to be you. They want to know that you're going to be fun to work with. They want to know that you're going to get on, and vice versa. You need to think, if you're going on tour with these guys for 6 months, like, don't put yourself through 6 months of hell. Make sure you like them, make sure they like you, make sure it's a mutual thing, make sure you are yourself in that audition so that comes across, and you will absolutely be onto a winner. As much as they're auditioning you, you're auditioning them. Do you want to work with them? Are they gonna rise you up? On that note, but basically, yeah, I hope that helps anyone that's going out for an audition. The main important thing is breathe, practice, be yourself, and just smash it. Show them what you're made of. They want you to do well. They want you to be good. They want you to be the one for that part. They do. They do. Because it means they can kind of retire for the day and go, but like, do you know what? Let's call it quits. Everyone else, go home. We've cast it. Thanks very much. Bye-bye. That's what they want to do. If you've got an audition coming up soon, good luck. Let me know in the comments how it goes. Anything else you'd like to know, I'd be there. And subscribe. Bye.